Right, ladies and gents, welcome to ELR, or ERL should I say, Elite Racing League. As you can probably see, I am not racing, I am doing comms. So, hopefully it's picking up on YouTube and we should all be good to go. So we're just filling. We should be ready to race. But hopefully that won't affect anything and the stream will still be okay. If it does glitch out, then I will try to sort it as soon as possible so the guys have something to look at tomorrow. So people who are normally subscribed to my channel, you'll know I race in SRL, which is Slydog Racing League, which I'm the owner. Got the night off tonight, so didn't fancy racing because I'm racing tomorrow in the Thursday league. So put a post up to see if anyone needed any streaming tonight to give the race a little boost, and Elite Racing League got in touch, so that's why I am here. So as I've said previously, we are at Portugal, Portugal for Season 2 Round 2. And we should have some exciting racing tonight because it is a quick, tight, twisty track with plenty of chances to overtake. So hopefully I can catch some decent battles and some overtakes. Hopefully no incidents. Safety cars on reduced, strict corner cutting and equal performance. So as we can go through here, we've got Nolan Light in the Aston, Sim Guy in the Alpha Tauri, Jekko in the Mercedes, Roberts 97 in the Williams, Renson in the McLaren, Bennett Ferrari, his teammate Ethan Ferrari, Mr. Cookie in the Alpine. I think I've seen Mr. Cookie before online. Crazy Dutchman in the Haas. We've got an angry Dutch guy in our league. Barcologist in the McLaren. McFarry in the Alfa Romeo. Andy Smokes in the Aston. Don Tolles in the Red Bull. Mr. XL Alpine. Stoffy 99 in the Red Bull. Here and Andy Sear. Ah, cool name. I first read that and thought it said never fear and swerve. So Andy's in the Alfa Romeo and I am your spectator. So as I said, hopefully we won't have any connection issues or internet issues and the stream goes ahead so everyone gets to see themselves race on track for a bit. So we're just working through getting the last guys in. I think we are looking at around 8 PM to go into short quali. So So I'll keep everyone updated on that. Currently had my coffee and my cola cube, so ready to go. As I said earlier, 50% races with the safety car on. Even the slightest bit of debris on the track brings out a safety car. Even when Jeff says there's no sign of a safety car coming out, one will appear. So with it being reduced, you still get the options. Well, you still get the chances of a safety car coming out, but it's not for every slight spin like it does, because safety car on this track up to now is just absolutely mental. And yeah, I did get it right. Never fear Andy's here. I still reckon Never Fear Andy and Swerve sounds better, like, but so I'm not too sure who are the fast guys in this league, so a fresh pair of eyes on it will be quite good to see. Seems to be a lot more people racing this league than currently racing mine. We're into our 6th season, starting in 2 weeks on Thursdays and Mondays. Mondays we do 2 times 25, and Thursdays we do a sprint and a feature, 2 separate leagues, 2 separate championships. So we're just winding down season 5 on ours at the moment. I raced this track on Monday and came 5th, I think I did, from in last place. So it's plenty of overtaking chances. If you can defend well, you can hold your positions, but if you've got quick guys and they know where to position the cars for like 3 corners ahead, they will make the place, so it should be good. I'll be cheering on McLaren anyway, because I'm a McLaren fan, so I'll try not to be too biased for the McLaren boys. But McLaren hold a soft spot for me because of Senna, and of course Lando's a ledge. So it just looks like we're about to go into qualifying. So I will get people on the fast laps and hopefully not give them the commentator's curse, which is normally when you're following someone, they always seem to crash. So 17 people driving tonight, so should be quite action packed into the first corners. Portugal, one of the new tracks this year in F1 due to the COVID pandemic, and the new track we set up right. Started really enjoying it. It's a little bit Spain and a little bit like Imola, in the way that there's long straights and tight sweeping corners, but as I said, there's lots of curbs and lots of throttly moments where you can spin it coming out with corners, so you've got to be quite patient, slow in, fast out, take a nice smooth line through the apex. So I will soon sort all my telemetry settings in a minute for Portugal. And we'll see if anyone can beat the race lap record at 1:18.7 in Lewis Hamilton 2020. Now we've got 2.9 mile track, 16 turns. So, as I said, plenty of braking opportunities and overtaking opportunities. So, I will get things up. Broadcast. Yep, fastest lap details. Best laps. Get all the settings up. There we go. And we will follow Ethan, who's on his first out lap. We'll see how the Ferrari gets on. Oh, Alpha. We will follow Alpha as he will cross the line first. So we've got McFarry in the Alpha on softs, warming up his tyres. 2 guys going out on mediums. So we will see the pace difference between the mediums and the soft guys. So McFarry just coming into section 3. 3 DRS points on this track as well, I think. Section 1, 2 and 3. As he comes around the sweeping final corner. Long corner, you can cut the corner quite a bit on that and use a bit of the curb. So we'll see how McFarry gets on in the Alpha as he climbs the hill. Might hit a bit of traffic going into turn 1, which is unfortunate. Oh, he spun. Commentator's curse. That's unlucky. So we'll quickly jump up to Ethan, who should be on his flying lap. Track's quite busy out there at the minute. So we'll just jump on TV pod. Now 2 cars get out of his way nicely. Oh, I think he's backed out of that one. So let's go down to McLaren. See who's coming across the line. I think Crazy Dutchman might be coming round. Yeah. I think corner cutting is on strict, but there are 1 or 2 places you can pinch a little bit. That's the corner that always seems to catch people out, but he took that nice and wide as you should. Couple of guys getting caught out with cold tyres, I think. This corner I absolutely love. Keeps it nice and tight. A little bit of traffic ahead. Might get a nice slipstream off them if you can meet them at the right time. Hopefully they don't get in his way. Yeah, he should get a nice little helping hand off the Alpine ahead. It's unlucky invalidated. See who else is on the flying lap. Alpha Tauri. That same guy sets a 1:17.120. Puts him 4 tenths, 400ths ahead. Gonna try and see if I can catch one of the soft runners. He's invalidated. So we'll follow Big Bud around. Clips the corner nice. Couple of nibbles to get into that corner. I think everyone lips there. I don't know anyone that takes that flat out. Couple of corners left for Big Buddy. See how he stacks up with against the 1:17.120 by that same guy. Mr. Cookie second, 1:17.5. Stoppy with a 1:17.9. Mr. X 1:18. And McLaren will be getting a nice toe off him down the straight. That's a 1:19.7. So we'll see how Never Fear Andy's ear gets on. He's invalidated that one, so this will be his second flying lap. To be fair, your second flying lap's probably the better one because you're losing a lot of fuel. Tend to stack your up loads. Yeah, no one seems to take that corner as wide as I do. Good to see different leagues and how different racers take corners. Well, he ran a bit wide into that one. It's probably lost him about 300ths. Just going through sector 2 now, the flying left hand, and then a quick dab of the brakes. Heavy on the brakes for the right hand. Oh, unlucky. Right, so a quick recap. We have that sim guy sat on a 117.1. Knowing Light with a 117.5, Mr. Cookie with a 117.5 as well. Not much between them two. Stoffy with a 117.9, Mr. X with a 118.0, Jacko with a 118.5, Andy with a 118.8, Roberts with a 118.9, Big Buddha with a 119.7, and McFarry with a 143.2, and that is your 10 times setters at the moment. So we've got Ethan, Crazy Dutchman, Don Tolles, Bennett, Never Fear, Andy Zia, Renson and Barcologist yet to set a time. We'll follow Ethan. He's just getting his tyres ready. Looking good for the Alpines at the minute with a 3rd and a 6th. So 2 corners to go for Ethan, and he'll be winding it up on the 0 sign. Lots of empty track ahead of him, so just needs to get a decent lap in. Oh, too wide on that corner. You need to just clip that tyre a little bit with your right. So we see who we've got coming round. We've got an Alpha coming round, which will be McFarry. That's him guy sitting in the pits, looking nice and pretty, with his 117.1 still at the top. Can he improve on his 143? And he does improve, 117.6. So that's 5 guys in the 117s, with Renson just outside. We'll give some time to the Has, who's invalidated. Don Tolles in the nice sounding Red Bull, back to its normal colours, which is a shame because I like the white one. Seems nice and smooth through the corners. I think this is looking about a 118.7 maybe. 118 flat. So not much between Brenson, Mr. and Don Tolles. I think if Renson put the softs on, he probably could get to about 117.2, but he might be going for the alternate strategy. So, got 3 guys left to set a time, with 7 minutes to go. Still 400, separate that sim guy and Knowing Light. So we got Barcologist invalidated this one, so this should be his flying lap, unless he pits. No. So we'll see if he can improve and climb the leaderboard. A little bit wide into that corner. You can run that one and not get an invalidation, which I think's a bit weird. Fastest first sector, according to my timing screen. Oh, Crazy Dutchman shoots in with a 1:16.9. As Barcologist. Unlucky. So we've got Crazy Dutchman sitting on pole now. So will that force that Sim guy back out? So 2 guys still to post. I hope that LFC is not Leeds and it's Liverpool. I just can't cheer on a Ferrari, I'm afraid. Just really do dislike Ferraris. So we've got Bennett coming across the line. He sets a 1:18.0. That is so tight between Renson and Bennett. Right, so just one guy left to set a time. So we'll click back to him once he's done his flying lap. Got Andy on a flying lap. He's 200ths up at the moment, 200ths down at the moment. See what he does through the end of sector 2. It's a 53.7, so he's 400ths down. So he should be looking probably a 1:18, probably 1:18.6, probably 1:18.5-ish. Might get a nice toe down there. No. 1:19. So he doesn't improve. Stays in 14th. So them 2 times at the top has forced that Sim guy out. 17.0. That Sim guy with a 1:17.1. Renson with a 1:17.3, who's improved lots with the softs. Mr. Cookie with a 1:17.5, and that is your top 5 at the moment. Still Barcologist yet to put a lap time in. I think starting from 17 probably isn't a bad idea if you pick the mediums, because the first 2 corners do catch a lot of people out on cold tyres when they're battling. Oh, we've got Mr. Cookie coming round. Everyone moves out his way nice. Just keeps it on track. Little bit of Brazil vibes this corner. It should be quite a quick lap if you can get a nice run out battery a little bit. Oh, stays 6th, and we've got 2 minutes left. So let's see if anyone's on a flying lap. Quite a bit of traffic out there now. Oh, I think Mr. Cookie might have done him dirty there, I think. I think if he was on a flying lap there, I don't think I'd have been too impressed with getting stuck behind the Alpine, but I don't know whether he was warming his tyres up. He seems to be pushing a little bit. So we'll see what he does. Still Crazy Dutchman at the top with a 1:16.9. So we'll stay on with Don Tolles on his flying lap. I think that probably was a flying lap before, and he did get held by the Alpine, so I think he's going to run out of battery power on this lap. So still no movement. Oh, just as I was saying, still no movement at the top. That Sim guy flies in with a 1:16.7. Pushes Crazy Dutchman down into second, who's on his outlap. So that Sim guy with a 1:16.7. Crazy Dutchman with a 1:16.9. Knowing Light with a 1:17 flat. Renton with a 1:17.3 and Stoppy with a 1:17.3 is your top 5. Everyone choosing for the softs. Barcologist did put a lap in and shot himself up from last to 12th. So we'll just stay with Don Tolles as he crosses the line. Oh, he's backed out. So we've got 2 guys to cross the line. First it'll be the Alpine, he's backed out. McFarry. And McFarry stays in 7th. So that is the end of qualifying, I think. Or do we have... I think the countdown started. He's invalidated. And that is the end of quali. So top 3, that's Sim Guy, Crazy Dutchman and Knowing Light. Alpha Tauri, Haz and Aston. Not a good day for the Mercedes down the bottom. Looking good for the Alpines though. 6th and 8th if Mr X can get past McFarry, and then the 2 teammates can work together. I don't think Crazy Dutchman could improve even if he did here, because he's got the checkered flag. And Bennett's come out, but I don't think he can do anything. So that is the end of quali, and you've got your top 10 is that Sim Guy, Crazy Dutchman, Knowing Light in 3rd, Renson 4th, following him Stoffy in 5th, Mr Cookie in 6th, McFarry 7th, 8th is Mr XL, 9th is Bennett 13, and 10 is Ethan Thomas. And we have 2 guys in the 1:16s, and the rest are 1:17 up till 8th, only separated by less than 300ths maybe, so it should be quite a tight race. So formation will start. And we've got that sim guy leading them round. Get the tyres up so we can see who's on who. Position change started. So we've got Dontal's, Barcologist and Big Buddha starting on the mediums. Never Fear Andy's here starting on the hards and the rest on the softs. So top 10 will be probably doing a 2-stop maybe as someone spins on the warm-up lap. So we need telemetry, full track, gap to the intervals, and we'll go broadcast. So hopefully we have the first few clean corners. It's always the third corner that catches people out, as two have collided and got a disqualification. As they are forming the grid, just waiting for the last cars to join at the back, and we should have plenty of racing action for you guys at the Portimao GP. 5 lights, 4, 3, 2, 1, and it's go, 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 go. We've got that sim guy who gets a great start into the first corner with Crazy Dutchman in second. McLaren trying to challenge the Aston on the inside through turn 2. Seems to be pretty clean at the moment. We've got a McFarry and Andy Smokes at the back just getting collected. Couple running wide in the background, but it is still your first two out at the front. That sim lad, sim guy and Crazy Dutchman. So I think it's going to be quite close between these two. Nice drift, as they set the two fastest times in quali. A little bit of a corner cut from that sim guy. He'll probably get us first warning there. We'll see if we can hold on for this first lap. Couple of movements in the background. We will see who made up the most. Big Buddha made up 4 places from back of the grid. Fastest lap is that sim guy. As we look on board with Crazy Dutchman as he's trying to chase down that sim guy. Got a couple of close battles behind. As we look back on Knowing Light, down to Renson, the fast McLaren driver, closely followed by Mr. Cookie. Still no movement out front. Got Stoffy and Ethan Thomas who lost 3 places. McFarry with that early collision going down 8. Go on board with the McLaren driver of Renson. They'll trip up and he can slip through. Mr. Cookie's closely following him. As I said, quite evenly spaced at the minute. No one seems to be battling too hard in the early stages. Try and go see how Barcologist is going on the mediums. Looks to have a nice run on Don Tolles, using a lot of his battery in the early 3 laps. Another guy on medium, so the two mediums battling each other. Still that sim guy stretching out, trying to break out the DRS at the top. Crazy Dutchman trying not to let him get too far. Looked like knowing Light was trying to make a move there at the back. So we have still got the same 3 but set the quali times at the front. At the back we've got Jacko and Big Buddy in the Mercedes. Bennett picks up his first penalty. 3-way battle going here. Alpine stuck in the middle. See if Mr. X can close in on Bennett up front, as it looks like Renson and Mr. Cookie are having a battle. So that puts Mr. Cookie up a place, through past Renson. That's 2 places made. Knowing Light has got past Crazy Dutchman, can Crazy Dutchman get back? Very tight going into the corner as he got a good run. That's helping that sim guy check out at front. Got Mr. Cookie trying to latch onto the front 3 after getting past Renson. With that, he's not managed to make up any of his 8 places lost. Bennett with another 3-time penalty. Obviously trying really hard to latch on to Renson. I think Renson might have the run on Mr. Cookie. As we'll see if he deploys his ERS or uses the slipstream. No one like sets a new fastest lap with a 1:21. Renson's just ahead. Mr. Cookie goes wide, takes the corner. We look back, see Renson all over at the curve. Mr. Cookie tries to go around the outside. Like he might just have to run on him a little bit into the corner, but takes it out. Renson's stuck in the middle here. He's got to try and attack, but also got to defend from Bennett. Would have been an opportune move if he'd have tried. I think lap 7 or 8 your tyres on softs are going to start. Not too sure, I don't think the depletion of tyres is too bad. Roberts picks up a 3-second penalty for corner cutting. Renson's got the run on Mr. Cookie again. Can he make it stick this time? Yeah, he has. Mr. Cookie is now battling against Bennett. See how his teammate in the background, Mr. XL's getting on against Stoffy. Looks like Stoffy might have the run on him with DRS. Now as they both get it. Bennett's still battling ahead. Andy Smokes picks up a penalty. So that sim guy is now 1.1 ahead of Knowing Light. Big Buddha picks up 3-second penalties. Stoffy is all over the back of Mr. XL. Mr. XL slams the door on the Red Bull. Looks like Stoffy might get him though on the straight. So I've got a few penalties getting picked up now. Nicely smoothly out. Mr. XL goes defensive, but I think he had the corner with the pace of the Red Bull on the straight. Got a battle up ahead. 3-second penalty for Renson for going pretty wide. We got Bennett stuck in the middle of this battle. So let's just track down a little bit. Try and give some of the other guys a little bit of airtime. Mr. XL and Stoffy still having a great battle. Oh, we got Barcologist spinning on that horrible corner. Let's see if he can get it back. Yep, he's back going. So Big Buddha's now 14th. Ethan Thomas is pitted for the Hearts. So no change at the top still. Battle in second. Oh, just caught that. I'm not 100% sure what happened there. Looked like Knowing Light was going up the outside, in the inside, and the Hearts just closed the door a little bit. That puts Knowing Light all the way down into 8th now. Don Tolles will just have the just probably won't get the run on him with being on the mediums, but he's going to have to battle back now. So Renson is still in 5th, stuck behind Bennett and Mr. Cookie, who are battling hard, with Stoffy and Mr. XL just behind. I know I said I'm a McLaren fan, but this isn't on purpose. This is just a good 5-car battle. So we've got an incident at Sector 2. Looks like one of the Mercedes is DNF'd. See if we can pick him up. Yeah, I think he's gone straight across the gravel, which is a shame, and everyone's pitting under safety car. Drive-through penalty for speeding under safety car. Couple of people picking them up. Couple of double starts. Couple of mediums. Couple of people going out with softs. Couple of interesting strategies going on. So Knowing Light takes up 7th after the spin in when he was battling with Crazy Dutchman. So yeah, top 5 at the moment is that sim guy. Never Fear Andy's here. He's done 8 laps on the Hearts after pitting pretty early. Or did he start on them? Yeah, he started on them. Probably a strategy to stay on the Hearts, get a safety car, and then hope for another safety car later on. Crazy Dutchman in 3rd. Mr. Cookie in 4th. Bennett in 5th. Stoffy in 6th. Knowing Light in 7th, Renson in 8th, Mr. XL in 9th, and Don Tolls makes up your top 10. So we've got Never Fear Andy Z, who's made up 13 places at the moment. And I will be back in 2 minutes. Right, and we are back, still on the safety car, lap 10 of 33 at Portugal, Portugal, Season 2, Round 2. And we've got that sim guy at the front. His lead he did have a lead of 1.5 seconds. Been cut right down. I think it's a shame we haven't seen the Aston Martin safety car yet. Just that Mercedes doesn't look right in red. So looking back, we've got Never Fears Andy here and Crazy Dutchman. I think he might get swamped with them hards though. Oh, 5-second penalty, severe collision on the safety car. That's unfortunate. Crazy Dutchman's picked up penalties as well. Safety car's coming in, so we'll see on how that sim guy holds them up. As he lets the safety car go in, we'll go on board with Andy, give us the best view. Got them all getting ready to go. See if sim guy gets a decent jump or if he waits right to the end to limit the drag down the long straight. And he's gone, and he's got a decent jump on the hard tyre in 2nd place. Mr. Cookie jumps up 2 places from where he started and finds himself in 4th, right in the battle. Big battle going on at the back as 1 or 2 guys are jostling for positions. Look like Renson. Still that same guy out at front. Crazy Dutchman's jumped and he's slipping back on the hards. So we've got that sim guy in 1st, stretched out as 2nd lead, so he's already jumped DRS for when it comes into play. Crazy Dutchman in 2nd, Andy holding on well with the hearts, but I think he probably will get gobbled up down this straight by Mr. Cookie. So we've got Ethan Thomas at the back spinning. Must be using a bit of battery to hold off there. We'll see if Mr. Cookie can get this move done this lap. Seems to be getting better drive out of the corners, but just one of them tracks you don't want to lose a wing. Getting very close. Oh, and Bennett's getting in on the action as well on Mr. Cookie. Oh, and he takes him down the inside. Nice move, very clean. So we've got Bennett trying to go around the outside. Has he made it stick? He has. It's opened the door up for Mr. Cookie. Oh, that was an opportune late lunge, I think. I think he's come off worse. So the top three is that sim guy now stretched out nearly 3 seconds. Crazy Dutchman is now in second, 2.3 behind. Bennett, who's in third, is 3.5 behind Crazy Dutchman. Mr. Cookie's coming back at him though. Oh, it's a good four-way battle. Oh, Mr. Cookie picks up a penalty. That's unlucky. So Stoffy, who is in ideal opportunity here with 3 in front of him with penalties, if he can just keep it clean. 2 Alpines will want to work together. Mr. XL with no penalties though. If he gets past Stoffy, he'll want his teammate to let him through. Got an Alpha in the pit. Probably picked up damage. Don Tolles picks up a 3 second time penalty. A couple of guys picking them up now. Stoffy adds another 3. So that same guy still with your fastest lap. Everyone's done 1 stop. And there's a few guys out there. Jacko still on 10 lap hards from the start. 8 second penalties from Ethan. That'll be a 5 second severe collision, which he'll serve in the pits, I think. So we've still got Stoffy battling Bennett and Mr. XL. We've got movements at the back here, the Aston and the McLaren. Oh, and he's took his end plate off there, the McLaren. That'll hamper him on this track. I think it's his left front end plate, which won't be good going into right hand corners. Seems to be lagging a little bit. I don't know which one's lagging. He's gone AI. Well, he's having really bad internet problems. So Andy Smokes has got into 9th. Battle ahead is still going on between Stoffy, Mr. XL and Bennett. Parkologist with 3 second warnings. See if Stoffy can get the move done on Bennett. Yep, nice and clean. Can Mr. XL follow him through? No, Barcologist speeding in the pit lane. Oh, the Friday nearly loses his wing. Barcologist has quit. Unfortunate incident there with Stoffy and Bennett. Don't think Bennett had anywhere to go then, to be honest, with Mr. XL catching the back of the car in front. Might be a bit of wing damage from 1 or 2 of them. So now we've got Mr. Cookie wanting to get past Bennett, who's struggling to get past Mr. XL. I think Mr. XL might have wing damage. Now he's got his teammate who wants to get through. He should let his teammate through. Yeah, he has. which also lets... Oh, there's trouble in the pit lane. That was close. So everyone should move up. See if they've got wing damage. Ferrari jumps in for a new wing and mediums. Mr. XL gets a new wing and hards. 5-second penalty comes into play, so we will jump him in the pit lane. Out front we've got that sim guy who's checked out, 4.5 seconds ahead with no penalties. Crazy Dutchman with 3-second penalties is 4.5 down. Stuffy is 4.4 down on Crazy Dutchman with 3, so we've got the whole top 7 on 3-second penalties apart from that sim guy. And Jekko, who is 2.5 behind, catching Roberts with no penalties. So I think Roberts might have spun then, because he seemed to close down a lot. 6-second penalties now, so Jekko and Knowing Light, after Knowing Light's earlier spin, are sitting quite pretty. So Mr. Cookie trying to close in on Stuffy, got Renson and Mr. Cookie in a quite close battle. I'll go on board with the McLaren driver, see if he can catch the Alpine. Hards versus mediums. I think Mr. Cookie on the mediums will probably have to pit again though. Might go softs at the end. I think it'll probably might be a safety car, but he might be able to jump on them. Andy a little bit further back, no one in front of him. Stuffy is in a lone third. Try and find the battle. So we've got Mr. X hard versus mediums. I think this is the closest battle out there. Renson closing down to DRS range on Mr. Cookie. So if that gets tight, we will shoot back up there to see how that plays out. But at the moment we've got Mr. XL in 12th and Bennett in 11th, which is the closest battle. 6 seconds behind Don Toll, so 6 seconds outside the points, but with heavy penalties. 3 people have DNF by the looks of it. Ethan is in the pits, I think. Or has Ethan DNF'd? Ethan's DNF'd, Barcologist and Big Buddha. So just see who has made up the most places. Fastest lap is that sim guy, 119's, the only guy in the 119's. So we will see, everyone has done one stop apart from Bennett and Mr. XL, that was due to damage. And we've got Andy, who has made up the most places. So your top 3 still stays the same, is that sim guy, Crazy Dutchman and Stuffy. So Renson still in 5th, trying to chase down Mr. Cookie. So we've got Renson on 9 lap old hards, Andy on the softs, and Mr. Cookie on the mediums, all 9 laps. Jekko with the 16 laps. Hard tyres, no penalties, Knowing Light, who had an earlier spin from 2nd against the Crazy Dutchman. 9 lap old softs, so he will have to come in again. Stuffy seems to be catching a little bit, catching the Crazy Dutchman a little bit. Just can't see Mr. Cookie in the background. Saving his ERS nicely as well. Oh, that sim guy picks up his first 3-second penalty. He's got 8.4 clear of the Crazy Dutchman, so can afford 1 or 2 little mistakes. Might not help if there's a safety car at the end though, and they're all on softs. So Renson is still behind Mr. Cookie. That's the closest battle, I think, apart from Bennett and Mr. XL, but we'll stay with 4th and 5th because they're in the top 10. Stoffy is now 1.3 behind, so he's definitely catching. Tyre degradation on this track isn't too bad, to be honest. All your mediums and your softs will last quite long. Especially on a 50%er. So we'll see if Stoffy can get the run on Crazy Dutchman. He should pick up the RS. Been an incident in sector 2 as we see a Red Bull spinning and now a Ferrari spinning. I think Don Toll spun and then Bennett spun as he come round and seen the other car. We've got a battle going on round here. Jacko's still on his 18 laps. Handy pits for mediums. They'll go to the end. Will he get out before the Alpine? The answer is no, and it's starting to rain. So that was a bad pit stop. He probably should have waited and held out for the mediums, intermediates. So this throws a spanner into the works. Do people stay out and risk it, or do they go for intermediates? And when is the change and over point? Definitely too early for them yet. I'd probably say the end of the next lap. I think Andy should have held out though, unless he pitted for the intermediates and forgot to select them. But definitely should have held out at least 2 more laps if he could have. So we've got guys pitting early for the intermediates. I'd have probably waited another lap, to be honest. Still looks quite dry out there. It's corners like this that'll catch you out when it starts getting slippy. So Renson jumps on the intermediates, so we'll see what his pace is. Trying for a spin in a safety car now to get a free stop. So that sim guy should probably come in about now, I think. No, he stays out. I think it's on the changeover point. I don't think it's too wet. Just see what his sector 1 time is compared to his normal times. See that it is going slower. Yeah, 600ths. Probably the end of this lap. I mean, he's making time on Stoffy, so he might stay out until he starts losing time, to be honest. Crazy Dutchman's 5 seconds. Nearly 6 seconds on Jacko in front, so I don't think it was the right time for intermediates. Because he's losing time, and so's Renson. Nearly 6.5 now from 5 seconds, so definitely not the right time for intermediates. That's him, guys. Still, it's just starting to lose time on Stoffy now, so maybe now's the time to jump in. Crazy Dutchman's lost a lot of time on Jacko. Now he goes another lap. 11.7. Yeah, he's still making decent time on Stoffy, so I think he'll be keeping an eye on that. Crazy Dutchman's losing time. Now it's starting to hit the track hard, so I think it'll definitely be the end of this lap. 16 seconds to Stoffy, who's pitted. Yeah, probably the right time to come in for them. Mr. Cookie goes through, but he will probably have to pit at the end of this lap for intermediates. That's him, guys, hopefully thinking that he can make up a free stop. 17 seconds ahead, probably 22 to 23 for the pit. Crazy Dutchman's still not making any time back. It's just starting to come down now because Jacko's pitted. So keep an eye on Stoffy to see if he closes that gap on Mr. Cookie. We've got an incident in sector 1. One of the Ferraris has gone off. Well, the Ferrari. Just coming back on track now. Oh, Stoffy's lost it on the intermediates. As we see your leader coming into the pits for intermediates. Mr. Cookie following him in. Now we'll see where Crazy Dutchman can come out. 5-second penalty for speeding in the pit lane. Yep, I think that's him, guys. Got this pretty much in the bag. It's been a faultless drive really from first place. Opened up a stretch at the start. Played the safety cars right. Just pitted at the right time for intermediates. Bennett spins again. So Mr. Cookie in second. Crazy Dutchman started second and in third. So penalties will come into play here. So we'll see if we can find a battle. Got Roberts going to lap the Alfa Romeo. Northern Light coming around to lap the Alfa Romeo, closing in on Roberts. So 4 people out there with no penalties. So Northern Light will jump up quite a bit. So this is the closest battle we've got at the minute between Roberts, Northern Light. Renson picks up 3-second time penalty, corner cutting. So that sim guy is your leader by 18.5 seconds. Mr. Cookie is in second, Crazy Dutchman's third, Renson's fourth, Roberts is in fifth, Northern Light is in sixth, penalties. Jacko, no penalties in 7th. We've got a spinner, isn't Aston, in sector 2. So we've got Nolan Light closing in on Roberts now. So we'll see if Nolan Light can make any inroads into this lead and get past. He's got him on penalties anyway, but he'll want to keep climbing. It's more penalties for Roberts. Got Never Fear Andy's here, trying to get past Minsel. He's got him on pens anyway. Not a corner you want to try and take flat out on intermediates, that one. So we can award that sim guy with the fastest lap because that's not going to go on intermediates. Got an Aston Martin in the pits, I think. Coming out the pits. Free-time penalty for Stoffy. Puts him up to 14. Currently was in 3rd or 2nd, I think, at one point. Got an incident in sector 2. Looks like a Red Bull. Another incident in sector 2. Stoffy has been disqualified. So that sim guy is now your leader by 21.5 seconds. Mr. Cookie is in 2nd. Crazy Dutchman is in 3rd, 35 seconds behind the leader. 14 seconds behind Mr. Cookie, and then Renson in 4th. I think he started 5th, so it's not too bad that actually. Started 4th, stayed 4th. Day's work. Roberts is still in 5th, but closely behind is Knowing Light. Doesn't want to risk it. Stay nice and tight behind him, take him on the straight. Jekyll in 7th. Mr. XL and Never Fear Andy's here, battling away. Roberts goes defensive. Yeah, nice move. No one light through. No point battling him when you've got them penalties anyway. So that leaves him clear to chase Renson down. Should just be able to start seeing him in a bit. Dontols picks up another 3-second penalty. Mr. Cookie is now solely in 2nd. So good day's work for him. 6th to 2nd. Crazy Dutchman drops 1 position down. It's whether Knowing Light can catch Renson. Got Mr. XL spun That's got Andy through. Got a Mercedes off in sector 3 is Jekko. That was unlucky because he's got no penalties. He's got a 20-second lead anyway on Andy. Now down to 9. McFarry is AI. Don't know whether he's disconnected or retired on track. And the last remaining driver in 12th, McFarry, AI in 13th, 11th. Doesn't look like he's AI, might have just had disconnection issues. So Don Tolls in 10th, Mr. XL 9th, who is chasing down Andy, who is in turn trying to catch Jekko. Nolan Knight is holding 4.4 off the back of Renson, who is 5 seconds behind Crazy Dutchman. So let's bring up penalties, because I think there's going to be a lot of position changes due to the penalties. Stops and tyres don't matter now. So 11 seconds for Mr. Cookie. And he's 14, 24, 40. Yeah, I think he's safe, because Crazy Dutchman's got 6 penalties. Renson will stay where he is. Knowing Light is 3 gross, so he needs to get within 3 seconds. So everyone apart from McFarry has penalties, but he's too far back for them to matter anyway, which is unfortunate. So the main people who are going to lose out from what I can see is Roberts. Roberts will stay where he is. Yeah, I think everyone should pretty much stay where they are. Obviously it's wetter and you're running wide more, so you pick up more penalties. Mr. Cookie's 14 behind, so that with the 6 makes it 22 minus the 11, so he's safe. Only Knowing Light can make up a space, I think, against Renson, but he's 4.2 away. He needs to get inside that 3. So penultimate lap for that sim guy who has led every single lap, I think, if my memory serves me well. Mr. Cookie in 2nd, Crazy Dutchman in 3rd, Renson 4th, Knowing Light in 5th, Roberts, Jekko, Andy, Mr. XL and Don Tolls make up your top 10. So everyone is pretty much spaced out as we are, so we'll follow the leader for his final lap. So it looks like your leader for Portimao round 2 is that sim guy with the fastest lap, so maximum points for him, unless there's a catastrophic failure on the last lap. But it's been an immaculate drive, to be honest, from second quali pole leading into the first corner. Safety cars, he worked out well, got the jump on the second place guy at the restart and pitted just at the right time for intermediates. So it's been a good race for that sim guy. Very clean, very crisp, very quick. And he comes around the final corner. And that is your winner for round 2 Portimao. That's Sim Guy AlphaTauri. And 26 seconds behind, we find Mr. Cookie. And Mr. Cookie made up 4 spots as he comes round to take the checkered flag. 3rd place we have Crazy Dutchman. That will be for now. Renson coming through in 4th. Knowing Light to come through in 5th after his earlier incident. Roberts to take 6th. Andy, who started on hards, had the lead for a little bit. 2nd place for a little bit. Just coming round the final few corners in the Alfa Romeo. Jacko picks up 3-second penalties. So Andy takes 7th. Jacko with no wing. Should take up 8th. Just keep an eye on the penalties to see if anything changes. Nope. Well done to that Sim Guy, taking the lead, pole and fastest lap, clean sweep. Well done Andy for getting driver of the day, most places gained. And a wrap. So there you have your winner. That Sim Guy takes the lead, takes the fastest lap, and now takes the champagne. So your final results are that Sim Guy number 1, Mr. Cookie takes 2nd, Crazy Dutchman in 3rd, Renson started 4th, keeps 4th, Knowing Light was 5th after starting 2nd or 3rd and having a spin, Roberts in 6th, Never Fear Andy's Ear in 7th, Jacko 8th, Mr. XL 9th, and Donto's number 10. And I'll just say a special mention to Elite Racing League for having me do their comms, and if you want to check them out, check them out on Facebook, etc. Plenty of spaces for them to drive, and I will see you tomorrow night as we are on our last race in Austrian Holland for SRL. Bye.